Rama Govinda, Hare Rama Krishna Govinda, Krishna Rama Govinda, Hare Rama Krishna Govinda, Krishna Keshava Govinda, Hare Rama Krishna Govinda, Krishna Keshava Govinda, Hare Rama Krishna Govinda, Nandanandana Govinda, Hare Rama Krishna Govinda, Navanita Chora Govinda, Hare Rama Krishna Govinda, Krishna Rama Govinda, Hare Rama Krishna Govinda, Krishna Keshava Govinda, Hare Rama Krishna Govinda, Venu Vilola Govinda, Hare Rama Krishna Govinda, Venu Vilola Govinda, Hare Rama Krishna Govinda, Vijaya Gopala Govinda, Hare Rama Krishna Govinda, Vijaya Gopala Govinda, Hare Rama Krishna Govinda, Krishna Rama Govinda, Hare Rama Krishna Govinda, Krishna Rama Govinda, Hare Rama Krishna Govinda, Hare Rama Krishna Govinda, Hare Rama Krishna Govinda.
सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। दशरथनन्दन रामा दयासागरा रामा दशरथनन्दन रामा दयासागरा रामा दशमुखमर्दन रामा दैत्यकुलान्तक रामा दशमुखमर्दन रामा दैत्यकुलान्तक रामा लक्ष्मण सेवित रामा सीता वल्लभ रामा लक्ष्मण सेवित रामा सीता वल्लभ रामा सूक्ष्म स्वरूपा रामा सुंदर रूपा रामा सूक्ष्म स्वरूपा रामा सुंदर रूपा रामा दशरथ नंदन रामा दया सागरा रामा दया सागरा रामा श्री राम जय जय राम 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 जय जय Jaya Jaya Ram. Atulita baladhamam Hema Shailabhadeham Danujavana Krishanam Jnaninam Agraganyam Sakala Gunanidhanam Vanaranamadhisham Raghupati Priya Bhaktam Vatajatam Namami Raghupati Priya Bhaktam Vatajatam Namami. Humble prostrations to one and all present here. So yesterday we had seen Hanumanji was brought to the court by tying him down through Nagapasha by Meghnath. Ravana laughs at Hanumanji, but suddenly he remembers that he is the one who had killed his son Akshay Kumar. So angrily, Ravana asks 3 questions. What are the questions? Number 1, "Oh monkey, who are you?" Number 2, "Don't you know my glory?" And number 3, "Why did you kill all these Rakshasas and destroy the Ashoka Vatika?" So how did Hanumanji answer the first question? Who are you? How did Hanumanji introduce himself? So fearlessly Hanumanji said. So his introduction was actually description of the Lord. He said, that Lord, because of whose power of Maya, infinite number of universes are created. That Lord who empowers Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara to create, sustain and destroy the universe. That Lord who empowers Adishesha to carry the burden of the whole world. That Lord who takes avatara now and then to protect the virtuous and punish the wicked people like you. That Lord who broke the Shiva Dhanush and thus crushed the pride of arrogant kings assembled there. That Lord who killed mighty monsters like Trishira, Vali, Khara, Dushana, etc. That Lord, because of whose fraction of power you became the conqueror of the 3 worlds. And that Lord, whose wife you abducted like a thief, I am the servant of that Lord. As far as your introduction is concerned, I know who you are. You are the one whose battle with Vali and Sahasrabahu is very famous. And now the third question, why did I kill these Rakshasas? Because they tried to kill me. It is the nature of the monkey to eat fruits, to break branches. But when they tried to kill me, I killed them. But then Hanumanji becomes serious and said, Ravana, for as a well-wisher I am telling you that Rama is not an ordinary human being. He is Bhagavan himself. So what is good for you is surrender unto him, bow down to him, return Sita Mata back, and holding on to the Lord's lotus feet, rule the kingdom of Lanka. That is what is good for you. Don't be a blemish in the noble fame of Pulastya Rishi. If you go hostile against Bhagavan, even Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara will not be able to help you. Ravana, all your problem is your exaggerated pride. This abhimana is moha mula and shula prada. It is the source of all confusions, delusions. And finally, it will give you only sorrow. Our own ego is the cause of all sorrows, miseries. So the best thing is, drop your ego at the lotus feet of Bhagavan. That is what is good for you. So what was the effect of these words of wisdom upon Ravana? Ravana said, oh, we are so fortunate that we got a monkey as our guru. He was making fun of him. You are talking too much, that itself shows that very soon you are going to die. At that time, Hanumanji said, it is not I, you are the one who is going to die. And Ravana became very angry. Who is there? Mutilate him, kill him. At that time, Vibhishana comes and says, oh Lord, that is not the right way. He is a Duta, he has to be respected. So then Ravana said, I have a wonderful idea. Let us burn his tail. Because monkeys generally have great pride upon one's own tail. So the whole city dwellers, they found this idea to be wonderful. But Hanumanji thought that Sakshat Sharada Mata herself is sitting on Ravana's tongue and making him do all such wrong, foolish decisions. He was smiling inside. So, literally speaking, the Lanka Vasis provided everything to burn Lanka. This is what happens when we are out of tune with God, hostile to God. Whatever we do, ultimately we dig our own grave. Literally, who provided the clothes and the oil, everything to burn Lanka? Lankavasis themselves. So all of them became hypercharged, excited. They started wrapping this tail. And Hanumanji went on extending that tail. They kept on wrapping the tail. This went on and on and on till what happened? All the clothes were exhausted. All the oil in Lanka was exhausted. And now Hanumanji was taken in procession. And even when he was taken, he was tied down with that Nagapasha. So everybody thought he is helpless. He can't do anything. So there was someone who was kicking him. There was somebody spitting on him, ridiculing. All those things were happening. Hanumanji sat there quietly as though he was totally helpless. The procession was taken onto the main street. People have all gathered to see. Everybody was enjoying because he had killed a lot of people already, Hanumanji. So that revenge was there, hatred was there. And finally, the tail was set to fire. Many times what do? We don't care about the one in us. We are trying to please others. So what is the end result? Nobody is pleased. And also, you are disconnected from God also. It's a lose-lose situation. I lost the inner God and the outer people. Instead, what should be done? Mam ekam sharanam vraja. You see, tune to me alone. The moment you are tuned to the inner Lord, you are automatically in tune with everyone, in harmony with everyone, and you are able to beautifully handle situations without any confusion, without any conflict. This is the secret of right living. Everything just starts falling in place. You don't have to do anything. Just like how all the Lankavasis gathered, they brought the oil, they brought ghee, they brought cloth. Literally to burn Lanka, they did everything. You see, Hanumanji did nothing. He only did what he needed to do. Fine, all the wind starts blowing, and in the presence of the wind, everywhere there was fire, everybody was screaming. Somebody said, see, I told you, this is not an ordinary monkey. It is some devata in disguise. I had told you. Now such people will always be there. When some calamity happens, I told you, kind of. Another set of people, some rare few, noble ones, they said, see, this is what happens when we give trouble to the innocent ones. Whenever we harm the innocent ones, the virtuous ones, this is what is going to happen. So in Lanka that was happening. Sita Mata was suffering. Then again they tried to trouble Hanuman. So therefore, there is no wonder. Wherever sadhus are tortured, sufferings are bound to come. So this was another kind of discussion among the noble ones. The Lanka was burning. It is said, Ulati palati Lanka sabujari. Ulati palati. Ulat palat ke Hanuman ne Lanka jala diya. You know how you do whitewashing? It's called ulat palat. Not allowing any gap. Now, even when Hanumanji was burning the entire Lanka, he left one palace untouched. What was that palace? Vibhishana's palace, he left intact. And finally, Hanumanji, after having finished his task, he took a deep plunge in the ocean. Fire extinguisher was there only. Took a deep plunge, the fire was put off. Remember, he was not feeling any burning sensation because he was doing the work of Bhagavan who created fire. So therefore, fire could not touch him at all. He put off the fire and then finally he came and stood in front of Sita Mata as though nothing had happened. Then he said, "Oh mother, I am leaving now. Please give me some sign, some proof that I have truly met you." So at that time Sita Mata removed her Chudamani, crushed jewel, and gave it to Hanuman, saying that, "Hanuman, please tell Bhagavan to come fast. Otherwise within 1 month I will not be found alive." Also, Sita Mata gave the message and said that please remind Bhagavan of the Jayanta episode. So what is that episode? That is to just remind Bhagavan of his strength. So that episode is this. So this was the episode which I think Bhagavan and Sita Mata alone knew. So to give another proof that truly Hanumanji had met Sita Mata, this episode was told. So what was that episode? So in Panchavati, in that forest, once Bhagavan was seated with Sita Mata, and Bhagavan was collecting all the flowers and making garland and putting it upon Sita, etc. At that time, Indra's son, his name was Jayant. He thought, how can this be God? He looked like a person who is, a hen-pecked husband. He cannot be Lord. Let me go and test him. So thus he became a crow, and then he pecked the foot of Sita Mata. Blood was coming. She screamed. Bhagavan looked and saw this crow. Bhagavan understood. This is not crow. This is Jayant. Bhagavan just plucked one blade of grass and threw it at him. And that blade of grass became Brahmastra and started chasing this fellow. He started running around everywhere. First he went to his father. Father said, don't come here. Get lost. He ran to very many divinities, Brahmaji, etc. He went. Nowhere he was getting any refuge. Finally, Narada Rishi saw him running like this. He said, there is only one way. Go and fall at the feet of Bhagavan. There is no other way. So he went and fell at the feet of Bhagavan. Then Bhagavan said, see, yes, I forgive you. But the thing is, now Brahmastra has been sent. It cannot go waste. Something should happen. So thus, one eye of Jayant was taken out. So from that day onwards, he became one-eyed. So this is that episode. So Sita Mata reminded in that message, this was also said, and said, Hanuman, when you are going, I am very, very sad. Then Hanumanji said, no mother, very soon I will come back. Have faith in Bhagavan, very soon I will come back. And so saying, Hanuman bid farewell to mother, prostrated to her, got ready to return. And it is said, Hanumanji, now he has to take another leap to cross the ocean. He roared aloud and then he leapt. It is said here, the roar was so loud that all the Lanka Vasis heard that. And all the women who were carrying had miscarriage. They were so terrified, scared. That was the kind of impression which Hanumanji had left in the minds of everyone. Soon Hanumanji returned back. And when Hanumanji returned, all the monkeys were waiting. They all looked at Hanumanji. His face was cheerful. So they thought, yes, definitely there is joy. Hanumanji is successful. All of them gathered around Hanumanji. Foreign returned successfully. So they started asking, what happened, what happened? And all of them, then they started returning towards Sugriva. They were all very happy. It is said they were like fish into water. When Hanumanji had gone, they were fish out of water, miserable, not knowing what will happen. But now that they saw Hanumanji successful, it literally it was a second life for them. Otherwise, Sugriva's condition was, if you don't find Sita, you are finished. I will kill you. All of them returned. As they were returning, they were passing by Madhuvana. So just like we have Ashoka Vatika for Ravana, Madhuvana was a pet garden of Sugriva. And nobody dared to enter it. There were guards. So all of them looked at Angada. Angada was a leader. Angada said, yes, you can enter. So all the monkeys entered that Madhuvana. The guards tried to stop them because all the fruits and all the were there. They gave solid blows to these guards and started eating all the fruits. And these guards went and complained to Sugriva. These monkeys have entered. And Sugriva became very happy. Why he was happy? The very fact that they have entered shows that they are successful. Out of joy they wanted to celebrate. So therefore he was very happy. Guards were confused. Anyway, all of them, after eating their fill, They came to Sugriva, bowed down to him, and then all of them then went to Bhagavan. They prostrated to Bhagavan, and Bhagavan greeted them, asked their welfare, etc. And then Jambavan said, "O Lord, by your grace, by your blessings, everything is successful." And then Jambavan said, "Bhagavan, what Hanumanji did cannot be even described with thousands of mouths. That's what he has done. Can't even describe." So then Hanumanji came, bowed down. Bhagavan said, "Hanuman," the question which Bhagavan asked Hanuman is, "Hanuman, tell me, how is Sita keeping herself alive?" How is she keeping herself alive there? So there's a beautiful metaphor which is used here. नाम पाहरो दिवस निसी ध्यान तुम्हार कपाट लोचन निज पद जंत्रित जाहि प्राण की बाट. So what is that metaphor? The metaphor is this. So first you have to understand that metaphor. Suppose there is a person who is in the room, imprisoned in the room. Door is closed, latched, locked, and there are two guards also. Can the person escape? The room is closed, there is only one door, let us say. One door properly closed, latched, locked, and two guards are also there. Can this person escape? No. No, this is a metaphor. So who are the two guards? The name of Bhagavan, Rama. These are the two guards. And who is the imprisoned person? Life in Sita Mata's body. So the life is not able to come out of this prison of the body. Now the closed door, what is it? The mind meditating upon God. Now the door is latched and locked. What is the lock? Her eyes locked at her feet. This we had discussed earlier. She is looking at her feet and remembering the lotus feet of Bhagavan. So eyes are locked, mind remembering the Lord, and constantly she is chanting the name of the Lord. So Rama, they are the two guards. Meditation, that is a closed door. Eyes locked to the feet, that is a lock. Her prana, that is that person inside the room. So how the person cannot escape that room with guards, lock, everything? In the same way, this prana is not able to leave the body because of all this. See, understood the metaphor? Bhagavan, this is the way she is keeping herself alive. And so saying, Hanumanji gives the Chudamani. Bhagavan keeps that Chudamani to his chest. His eyes become filled with tears. And then Hanumanji says, Bhagavan, this is the message which she has given. What is the message? Bhagavan, so now Sita Mata's message. Oh Lord, what is the mistake I have done? I agree that one mistake has happened. And what is that mistake? The mistake is the moment I became separated from you, I did not die. That is my mistake. But Bhagavan, even that also is not my mistake. It is a mistake of my eyes. Now there is another metaphor. What is a metaphor? The metaphor is this. Suppose there is a bag of cotton. And there is fire. And there is wind. What should happen to the bag of cotton? It should burn. But suppose you pour water upon it, then what will happen? The bag will not burn, correct? In the same way, what is the metaphor now? The physical body is the bag of cotton, and the fire is the fire of separation. Viraha Vedana. Viraha Agni. And what is that wind? That sighing. When you are in sorrow, you sigh. This is that wind. So Viraha Agni is there, wind is there. So naturally the bag of cotton should get burnt itself. But then the eyes, Bhagavan, long to see your form, the darshan. So therefore the eyes kept on shedding tears. This is the water. And because of which this bag of cotton is not able to burn itself. You are able to understand the metaphor? The eyes wanted to see you, therefore it kept on shedding tears. And because of which this body of bag of cotton could not burn in the fire of separation, enhanced by the wind of sighing. So then Hanumanji said, Bhagavan, Sita Mata's condition is pathetic. Nimisha karunanidhi jahi kalap samabhiti. Every moment is for her a kalpa. A kalpa. 1000 Chaturyuga. How much is one Chaturyuga? 43,20,000 years. That is one Chaturyuga. So 1000 Chaturyuga. That is called one kalpa. That which was the time for her as one moment. Meaning the sorrow is extreme. So Bhagavan, we should put an end to the sorrow quickly. At that time, Bhagavan, his eyes became filled with tears when he heard all this. Then Bhagavan makes a statement here. What is the statement? Bachana kaya mana mama gati. Bachana kaya mana mama gati jahi. Sapne hu bujhiya vipata gitahi. Hanuman, the one who has surrendered, Vachana kaya mana, by thought, word and deed, if a person has surrendered unto me, Sapne bujhiya vipati gitahi, even in his dream, is it ever possible that person can be miserable? It is impossible. If your mind is in Bhagavan, it is impossible that you will experience sorrow. Now, this is a very, very important statement. If our mind is in the Lord, can we be miserable? Is the question. Is it possible? If our mind is in the Lord, can we be miserable? No. Why? The nature of Bhagavan is Ananda Sarupa. When the mind goes towards Ananda Sarupa, Bhagavan, experience will be Ananda only. There cannot be sorrow. It's a very good test in our sadhana, especially japa sadhana. When we are chanting the name of the Lord, we are chanting it, but still if the sorrow is continuing, what does it mean? It is only lip service that is happening. Mind is consciously worrying about some problem. So this we have to understand. Mind has two types. One is conscious mind, the other is mechanical mind. So when we are doing japa, is the mechanical mind doing japa or is the conscious mind doing japa? Many times what happens, conscious mind is worrying about something, thinking about something, wandering in the fields of likes and dislikes, and mechanical mind is doing japa. Then what will happen? Misery will continue. You are where your conscious mind is, not where your mechanical mind is. So if you can ensure that your conscious mind is thinking of Bhagavan, paying attention to the name of the Lord, know for sure that there cannot be any disturbance. Put in other words, if japa is happening and disturbance is happening, it simply means mind is worrying about something. Mind is worrying about something means what? Mind has no faith in God. So absence of faith is the cause of all misery. Absence of focus is the cause of all misery. So these are all very important pointers to meditation. In fact, in meditation, how do you know that you are progressing in meditation? How do you know that meditation is going in the right direction? When you are able to meditate upon the Lord or upon the self, there is peace. And whenever the mind goes away from the Lord, away from the self, there is peacelessness. This is how you detect that mind has wandered. The higher stages of sadhana is all about this peace and pain. When you are in tune with God, peace. When you are out of tune with God, pain. And the higher and higher you go, the peace is intense, pain is also intense. And because there is intense pain, you immediately are alerted. You become aware, as though that red light glows. All dangers are red. In the same way, at the seat of meditation, when the pain comes, pain is an indication that I am not tuned with the Lord. A very important instruction for the seekers. The one who has surrendered unto me, thought, word and deed. Hanuman, is it ever possible that even in their dream they can be miserable? No. So therefore you are saying Sita is miserable? No way. Then Hanumanji said, Bhagavan, the problem is, Kaha Hanumanta bibhati prabhu soi, jab tava sumiran bhajan na hoi. Bhagavan, the greatest calamity is when we are not able to do your bhajan. Yes, what you said is absolutely right. But the thing is, if the great, now see the definition of calamity according to a devotee. What is our definition of calamity? When the external environment is not conducive, we define that as calamity. Health is gone, money is gone, some problem in the outer world, we define it as calamity. But for a devotee, what is the definition of calamity? The definition of calamity is when I am not able to pay attention to Bhagavan, when I am not able to remember the Lord, when my heart is not filled with devotion for God, that is calamity. Inability to pay attention to God is calamity. See the definition? Because if a mind is in Bhagavan, definitely there is peace. So calamity is mind not in Bhagavan. Beautiful definition. That's why in Mukundamala Kulashekara says, Bhagavan, even if you put me in hell, no problem. It's okay. I'm not saying you change my prarabdha, etc. No. If I deserve hell, most welcome. But ensure that even in hell, I am holding on to your lotus feet. This is my only prayer. So this is the thing. Even if we are in hell, if the mind is in Bhagavan, there is peace. Even if we are in heaven, if the mind is extroverted, then it is misery. So Hanumanji said, Bhagavan, the problem is, there this Ravana keeps coming again and again, and this Sumirana bhajan is not possible. This fellow keeps troubling her. That is a problem. And Bhagavan, why should we delay? After all, now we know the place, we have the strength, we can just easily go and conquer. What is this Ravana for you? Bhagavan, we have to put an end to the misery of Sita Mata. And when Hanumanji said this, Bhagavan looks at Hanuman with eyes filled with gratitude, eyes filled with tears of gratitude. And then Bhagavan says these words. What does he say? Sunu kapito hi saman upakari nahi ko sura nar muni tanudhari prati upakar karau ka tora sanamukh hoi na sakat man mora. Hanuman, I am extremely indebted to you, to such an extent that I don't think that in this life I'll ever be able to come out of this debt that you have created. You have done so much good to me. There is nobody in the whole world, Sura, Nara, Muni, Tanudhari, Devatas, saints, sages, human beings, Gandharvas, Kinnaras, whoever, any embodied one, there is nobody who has done so much good like you. I don't know what can I give you in return? I feel that I am totally indebted to you to such an extent that I am not even able to look at you. I am not even able to stand in front of you. Suna Sutta, oh dear son. I have thought about this and I am 100% sure I will never be able to come out of this debt that you have created in me. And as Bhagavan was saying this, Bhagavan's eyes were filled with tears. And when Hanumanji heard this, he became extremely happy that yes, Bhagavan is happy with whatever he has done. His seva has been accepted. And what did Hanumanji do? Suni Prabhu Bachana Biloki Mukha Gata Harashi Hanumant Charana Pareyo Prema Kula Trahi Trahi Bhagavant. Hanumanji was so happy, his hair stood on end. Voice became choked with emotion, eyes became filled with tears. And then what did Hanumanji do? He fell at the feet of Bhagavan and said, Trahi Trahi Bhagavant. Oh Bhagavan, protect me, protect me. Protect from what? Protect from whom? From one's own ego. You see? Here is Bhagavan praising Hanuman. And what kind of praise? Not simple praise. I will never be able to come out of this debt which you have created me. Nobody has done so much good as you. I am not even able to stand in front of you. Imagine Bhagavan is saying. What was the effect upon Hanuman? Hanuman was absolutely humble. Even these words could not trigger any egoistic reaction from him. Rather, he just fell at the feet of Bhagavan and said, Bhagavan, protect me. Protect me from whom? Protect me from my own ego. You see? These are those what you call golden moments in Ramcharitmanas. The moments of sadhana. If we were there in the presence of Hanuman instead of Hanuman, what we would have thought? If Bhagavan himself is praising me, it must be right. I deserve it. I think I deserve a pat on my back. See, it is not some Tom, Dick and Harry who is telling this. It's Bhagavan. Can he be wrong? So I am a great person. Bhagavan himself has given me this medal. You see? But see the difference, Hanuman. He immediately fell at the feet. Now Bhagavan is trying to lift him. He is not ready to come up. Bar bar Prabhu chadhai uthava prem magan tehi uthavana bhav. Bhagavan is trying to lift him. He is just holding on to the feet. Bhagavan, save me, save me. Beautiful portion. Finally, Bhagavan blesses him, keeps his hand upon his head, lifts him, hugs him, and makes him sit next to him. It has a deep symbolic meaning also. What is the deep symbolic meaning? We should ever be at the feet of the Lord. What is the sadhana to be practiced in life? Dasoham. Dasoham is the sadhana to be practiced. Bhagavan, I am ever at your feet. When we practice, now this is self-effort. Dasoham means what? Effacement of one's own ego. Then Bhagavan blesses us with the highest experience of Soham. Hanumanji wanted to be at the feet of Bhagavan. Bhagavan lifted him, hugged him and made him sit next to him. That is Soham. Soham experience. But what did Hanumanji do? He practiced Dasoham. Are you able to understand what I am trying to say? Our job is to efface the ego. Bhagavan's job is to fill our heart with the highest experience. What is the mistake we do? Instead of practicing Dasoham, what are we practicing? Soham. It is exactly like Bhagavan, now that you are indebted to me, let me sit next to you. How awkward it would have been. Yes or no? Horrible. Now that you consider me even higher than you, let us sit together. How terrible. You see? In fact, it was a test by Bhagavan. It was a test of purity. How pure are you? To the extent you are egoless, to that extent you are pure. So Bhagavan praised him, praised him, praised him. But what was the effect on Hanuman? Nothing. No wonder why he is an embodiment of strength, he is an embodiment of wisdom. Because there is no obstruction at all. He is so tuned with omniscient, omnipotent, omnipresent God that he becomes a perfect medium through which that omniscience, omnipotence of Bhagavan is able to flow. The example given is the flute. Why is it that beautiful music come out of flute? Music belongs to Bhagavan, but the one thing which the flute has done is, it has emptied itself. Making oneself empty is our job. Bringing out the music is Bhagavan's job. You don't have to do. Great lesson. The more and more we practice Aham Shunyosmi, Bhagavan blessings come as the experience of Aham Brahma Asmi. There is something which we have to do, there is something which Bhagavan has to do. As we do what we are supposed to do, you will find that Bhagavan is doing the rest. Very, very important philosophy. Tesham satatayuktanam bhajatam pritipurvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayanti te. Bhagavan says, those who worship me in my saguna form, saguna bhakti, it is my responsibility. I give them buddhi yoga, the highest knowledge. Teshamevanu kampartham maham ajnanajam tamaha nashayami atmabhavastaha jnana deepena bhasata. I light the lamp of knowledge and destroy the darkness of ignorance. You see, that highest experience comes as grace. It doesn't come as self-effort. Aham Brahmasmi experience is the result of grace. Exactly like sleep. Is it effort or grace? It is grace. It is not effort. What is your effort? Getting tired, exhausted, lying down. That much you can do. It is in your hands. But there is something which is not in your hand. What is that? Entering into sleep. That is why some of you are sleeping now. Nobody is sleeping. Okay, I will just... Sleep is not in our hands. It just comes and envelops us. You can't choose the time of sleep. You can choose the time of lying down. So there is something which we have to do. Getting tired, exhausted, yes. And there is something that will just happen. Aham Shunyosmi is something which we have to do. Aham Brahmasmi is something coming as a result of grace. That is why when Bhagavan Shankaracharya took the avatar and established the Vedas, Aham Brahmasmi, after that actually no avatar was needed. But then came Madhvacharya's avatar. What is the need of Madhvacharya's avatar after this? And what was the focus? Aham Shunyosmi was the focus. Because people were getting stuck. Everybody was doing Aham Brahmasmi and they were in Brahma only. Ego was fully there and they are telling Aham Brahmasmi. Unless you have effaced your ego, there is no space for the Lord to enter in the heart. So therefore, your job is puncture the ego. Puncturing the ego, we have to do. Making space for Bhagavan in the heart, we have to do. Now ego has occupied. We have to step aside. Allow Bhagavan to take over. Unless we step aside, he can't enter. Ahamapetakam nija vibhanakam mahadidam tapo ramanavagiyam. Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi says, Mahad idam tapaha. What is that? Aham apetakam. That which helps the aham, the ego, to fall. So that nijavibhanakam, so that the supreme self can shine forth. This is the real tapas. Puncturing the ego. And that's exactly what Hanumanji does here. The moment Bhagavan was praising, what did Hanumanji say? See the alertness. Trahi, Bhagavan, protect me. Protect me from my own ego. That is why Bhagavan became so happy with him. It was a test. Is my devotee having some ego? Bhagavan was testing Hanumanji. And Hanumanji passed the test with flying colors. See, no ego at all. How beautifully that subtle philosophy is brought out in the form of a story. Superficially there is a story. Hanumanji fell at the feet, Bhagavan took him, hugged him, etc. Then what happened? Then Hanumanji said, Bhagavan, whatever I did was only because of your grace. We are just monkeys who know only to jump from one branch to another. Whatever has happened, happened only because of your grace. Now, was Hanumanji just doing lip service? No. Everywhere we saw, there were times when he was completely stuck. He did not know what to do. Sita Mata was not found. At that time, Vibhishna came and guided him. Again, in that tree, Sita Mata was not at all in a position to look anywhere. At that time, Ravana came and somehow things happened. Everything. Lanka burning also, everything just. So when Hanumanji says, Bhagavan, everything happened by your grace, you truly meant it. Everything happened by your grace alone. So this is the one question we have to ask in our life. In my life, what all success, job, position, power, wealth, what all I have gained, was it because of Bhagavan's grace or was it because of my effort? To the extent you can say that it was because of Bhagavan's grace, even the effort also was because of Bhagavan's grace. To the extent you can say this, to that extent you are liberated. Liberation also has got percentages. How much can you give credit to Bhagavan? Here Hanumanji says 100%. I am nowhere there in the picture. That is called as real moksha. Liberation. What is it? Liberation from ego. What else? That is real liberation. Then Hanumanji said, Bhagavan, you said, what can I give you? Arey Bhagavan, you can give so many things. And there is one thing which I badly want from you. What is that? नाथ भगति अति सुखदायिनी देहु कृपा करि अनपायनि सुनि प्रभु परम सरल कपिबानी एवमस्तु तव कहे भवानी. Bhagavan, there is one thing which you can bless me with, and that is bhakti. What kind of bhakti? Sukhadaini bhakti, anapayini bhakti. That devotion which is sukhadaini, which gives so much of peace, and anapayini, not which comes and goes. I want an uninterrupted flow of devotion, intense flow of devotion in my heart. Bhagavan, this is what you have to bless me with. And what did Bhagavan say? Listening to the simple words of Hanumanji, Bhagavan said, Evamast, may it be so. And when this was heard, all the monkeys became so happy. They started jumping in joy, saying, Jai, 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 Kripala Sukhakanda. All of them started chanting that victory unto the Lord. So Hanumanji got blessing both from Sita Mata also and Bhagavan Ramchandraji also. So now, Bhagavan said, now that we know everything, come on, let's get ready. So then all the commanders, the bears and the monkeys, all of them gathered. What next to do? All of them gathered, stood in front of Bhagavan, waiting for the next instruction. Now Bhagavan knew that these monkeys are no match in front of the Rakshasas. Just imagine, they are food for the Rakshasas. Just catch and eat. So what did Bhagavan do? All of them gathered in front of Bhagavan. Prabhu pad pankaj navahi sisa गर्जहि भालू महाबल कीसा, देखी राम सकल कपिसेना, चितई कृपा करी राजीव नैना। राम कृपा बल पाई कपिंदा, भय पच्छजुत मनहु गिरिंदा। So all of them gathered in front of Bhagavan. Bhagavan just looked at them. Chitai kripa kari rajivane. The lotus-eyed Bhagavan looked all these monkeys, bears. They were in no match for the mighty demons. Bhagavan just looked at them with compassion, with grace. And then what happened? The moment Bhagavan's graceful look fell at these monkeys, Rama Kripa Bala Pai Kapinta, these monkeys became very strong. Bhaye Pachhajuta Manahu Girinda, as though now they are huge mountains with wings. Just by that look. Now see the greatness of monkeys. You see, these monkeys are so powerless, weak, small, but still they had the spirit. You see, they were available. For Bhagavan, we are ready to lay down our life also. Yeah, we may not win. So what? For the sake of the Lord, we will fight. This was their attitude. What did Bhagavan do? Bhagavan empowered all of them. So the question is not whether you are capable or not. The question is whether you are available. All these monkeys were available and Bhagavan made them capable. So true in our life also. If a responsibility has come to you, if Bhagavan has given a responsibility, hold on to him. He will ensure that you will fulfill your responsibility successfully. He will empower you. You don't have to worry. These are all the great secrets of life. Turn to him. He will do the rest. Whatever is needed, he will do. This is the same message of Gita also. Macchitta sarvadurgani mat prasadat tarishyasi. By my grace you shall overcome all problems. Nimitta matram bhavasavya sachin. Arjuna, you just be my instrument. You see, Kaurava forces were very, very strong compared to Pandavas. Because most of them were invincibles. Bhishma was invincible, Drona was invincible, Jayadratha was invincible, Karna was invincible. Mighty ones, Ashwathama, with all powerful missiles. Bhagavan said, Arjuna, don't worry, I have killed all of them. You just stand in front and shoot some arrows. This is what happens when we tune ourselves to God. In whole of Balavihar, if there is one lesson to be reiterated to children, this is the thing. Connect to God, your life is insured. Yoga Kshemam Vahamyam. So all the Balavihar teachers have 12 years. In 12 years, you have to pound only one message. Bang it on their head that they can't take it out. Even in their dream, they should tell this. The way to peace, happiness, prosperity, bliss, blessedness is connecting to God. This is the essence of all scriptures. This is the essence of the entire Bhagavad Gita. The moment these monkeys, Bhagavan's eyes fell on them, that's it. All of them become charged with inspiration, strength, power. And thus, chanting Bhagavan's name, all of them marched towards the ocean shore. And the moment this marching happened, it is said, the left limb of Sita Mata started throbbing, which is an auspicious omen. And the left side of Ravana also started throbbing. For men, it is an inauspicious omen. Omen. So it's called a Shakuna Shastra. Shubha Shakuna. So finally, they reached the shore. So now, camera shifts to Lanka. What happened after Hanumanji's leaving Lanka? It is said here, everybody was scared. So Mandodari had sent some spies. She had some women spies. They all came and said, nobody is talking loud, but in every family this is the discussion. What is the discussion? If one messenger, one ordinary duta can do this much, what will happen if the master himself comes? Everybody was scared. This is the talk in every family. Not in the town. Nobody dared to talk outside. This is the whispering that is happening. Everybody is scared. So then Mandodari, she did not go to the court and all. When Ravana came, privately, she fell at the feet of Ravana and said, "Oh Lord, please give that Sita back. That is all what is good for you." And that man is not an ordinary man. He is Sakshat Bhagavan himself. Mandodari also tells the same thing. Why do you want to unnecessarily do all this? Please, please, please. She fell at the feet of Ravana. Ravana said, these women, they are all like this only. Something good is happening and you see all inauspicious things. Monkeys are going to come. Free food for all the Danavas. Food is walking to you and coming and you are seeing it is inauspicious. There is nothing to fear. Everything is good. This, that, etc. He lifted, hugged her and all that. Then he went straight to Sabha. He went to the court. So all of them had gathered, all important ministers, etc. So then the spies came and gave the information. O king, the enemy army, they all have camped at the seashore on the other side. This is the latest information. So Ravana asked all the ministers, this is the latest information. What do you think we should do? All those ministers said, "Te sab hanse masht kari rahe ho." They all laughed. O king, relax. There is nothing to fear. Everybody was scared. But in front of Ravana, they did not want to tell the truth. They said, "Oh Lord, you are the one who Gandharvas, big people. Devatas could not defeat you. Devatas, Danavas, nobody. What can these monkeys and human beings do?" Relax. And now there is a statement made by Tulsidas ji. Sachiv Vaid Guru Tinijo Priya Bolahi Bhaya As Raj Dharma Tanati Nikar Hoi Begahinas. If these three people start telling lies out of fear or out of greed, who are they? Sachiva, minister; Vaid, physician; Guru. If these three people start telling lies, very soon you are going to lose these three. If the physician is telling lie, what will you lose? Life. You will be dead soon. If Guru is telling a lie out of greed, out of whatever fear, then your dharma will be lost. You will start doing papa karma only. And if the minister start telling lies, what will you lose? you will lose your kingdom. Raja dharma tana. And this is what was happening. They were just praising him. Astuti karahi sunai sunai. They were just praising Ravana out of fear. They were all flatterers, sycophants. They were not telling the truth. And Ravana was enjoying all that. Never keep those flatterers around you. Now, this is a lesson to be learned. You will be cut off from the reality. People who are praising you, they want something from you, therefore they will go on praising you. And many times we listen to this and we think this is a ground reality. No. And finally at that time Vibhishana comes. When Vibhishana comes, Ravana asks him, okay, what is your opinion? Vibhishana tells the truth as it is. What does he say? Kama, krodha, mada, lobha, sab, nath, narak ke panth, sab parihari raghubirahi, bhajahu bhajehi jehi sant. Bhagwan. O king, in this world there are 4 doorways to hell. What are they? Kama, krodha, mada, lobha. Kama, lust. Krodha, anger. Mada, arrogance. Lobha, greed. They are the 4 doorways to hell. And unfortunately, you are into all the 4. So therefore, there is only one thing which is good for you. Give up all this, surrender unto the feet of Raghuvir, Rama. And this is what saintly people are doing. You must also do the same thing. Now, who is this Rama? Vibhishana is telling. Actually, this term, Kama, Krodha, Mada, Lobha, Narak ke Panth, it is directly lifted from Bhagavad Gita only. Trividham narakasyedam dvaram nvasanam kamakrodhastatha lobha tasmadetattrayam tyajet. So in Bhagavad Gita it is said there are 3 doorways to hell. Kama, Krodha, Lobha. The same. So if you see Tulsi Ramayana, you will find that the very same philosophies of the Vedas, the Upanishad, Bhagavad Gita is taken and put here. Tulsi Dasji was a great scholar. So through the story, all those values are beautifully put. So now, Vibhishana is telling who this Rama is. तात राम नहीं नर भूपाला भुवनेश्वर कालहु कर काला ब्रह्म अनामय अज भगवंता व्यापक अजित अनादि अनंता गोद्विज धेनु देवहितकारी कृपा सिंधु मानुषतनुधारी जनरंजन भंजन खल प्राता वेद धर्म रक्षकु सुनु भ्राता ताहि बयरुत जिनाय माथा प्रणतारति भंजन रघुनाथा देहुनाथ प्रभु कहूँ वैदेही भजहु राम बिनु हेतु सनेहि शरण गए प्रभु ताहु न त्यागा विश्वद्रोह कृत अघ जेहि लागा जासु नाम त्रयताप न सावन सोई प्रभु प्रगट समुझु जियरा बार बार पद लागऊं, विनय करऊं दस शीस, परिहरि मान मोह मद, भजहु कोसलाधीश। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय, बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय। This is the way Parayana has to be done. One sample. Hey Tat, oh brother, fatherly figure is also called Tat. Ram nahi Narabhupala, he is not an ordinary king. Bhuvaneshwara is the Lord of the universe. Kalahu Karakala, he is the death of even Lord Death. Yamaraj also has death. Lord of death also has a death. He is the one who decides that. He is the deathless one who decides the death of all. Brahma Anamaya Aja Bhagavanta. He is that immutable, unborn Lord, that Brahman which is described in the Vedas. Vyapaka, all pervading, Ajita, unconquerable, invincible, Anadi, beginningless, Ananta, endless. Godvija Dhenu Deva Hitakari, the one who has taken avatar for the welfare of the earth, for the devatas, for the cows, brahmanas, holy men, etc. That ocean of compassion who has taken a human form to bless everyone. Janaranjana, he protects the virtuous. Bhanjana Khala, punishes the wicked. Veda Dharma Rakshaka is a protector of the injunctions of the Vedas. The Vedas, he shows the path. He lives it and shows how to live in this world. Pahi Bhairutaji Naya Mata, please be don't hostile against him. Bow down to him. If you bow down to him, Pranatarati, all those afflictions of the heart will be destroyed. Those people who surrender unto him, they become free from all sorrows, afflictions. So therefore, oh brother, this is my humble request. Give back Sita Mata and then worship Bhagavan who loves everybody unconditionally. Saranagaye Prabhu Tahuna Tyaga, if you surrender unto him, whatever be the kind of sins you have committed, he might have committed sin against the whole world, but Bhagavan is all forgiving. Those who surrender unto him, he forgives. That Lord whose name puts an end to Trividha Tapa, Adhyatmika, Adibhautika, Adidaivika, that Bhagavan himself has come in this human form. Again and again I fall at your feet, oh dear brother. Please give up this mana, moha, mada, etc. and worship the Lord. Oh dear brother, this is not only my request. Your grandfather Pulasthya Rishi has sent this message through his messenger. This is the same message. And when Vibhishana told this, there was Malyavant, I think mother's brother or somebody, Malyavant. He got up, he was there in the Sabha. He said, Vibhishana, you are Niti Vibhushana. You are an ornament, Vibhushana, in wisdom. Vibhishana is a Vibhushana to Niti. It's an ornament of wisdom. Therefore, Ravana, listen to him. Malyavant stood up and spoke. And when Malyavant and Vibhishana, both of them were telling this, Ravana became extremely angry. He got up and said, who is there? Keep both these fellows out. Malyavant, he just walked out. But Vibhishana continued. That was the greatness of Vibhishana. He just didn't leave there. He could have walked away. But no. He truly loved his brother. He continued to stay. Then he again went on. My dear brother, Sumati Kumati Sabke Uri Rahehi. Nath Puran Nigama Asakahai. Every one of us, we have our good thoughts, we have bad thoughts. Everybody is a mix of good and bad. Those people who give expression to their bad thoughts through bad words and bad deeds, there is only suffering in this world. But those people who ignore the bad thoughts and only give expression to good thoughts, good words, good deeds, then they are blessed by the cosmos. This is the law of the cosmos. But brother, unfortunately, all your thoughts are bad only. And you are doing everything wrong thing, everything bad. So therefore, definitely you are going to suffer, and I don't want to see you suffer in front of my eyes. So therefore, even if you have a little bit of love for me, oh brother, please give back Sita Mata. For my sake at least you do it. Then only good things will happen to you. So this was Vibhishana, you see. And then Ravana becomes wild. Wicked fellow, you remain here and you are praising my enemy? You eat food from here and you are praising my enemy? Get out! And so saying, so literally Vibhishana had held on to Ravana's feet, saying that, my dear brother, please listen to me. He kicks him, said, get out of here. You have no place here. So then now Vibhishana says, brother, I have done everything. Now tomorrow don't blame me. Now I am going to surrender unto Bhagavan Sri Ramchandraji. And I can very clearly see that there is nothing good that is going to happen here. Calamity is waiting for you. Thus saying, Vibhishana now leaves. And it is said, the moment Vibhishana left, Lanka was actually protected by that virtues of this one good man. That protection also went away. More of it we will see tomorrow. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramayah Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om.
Rama Govinda, Hare Rama Krishna Govinda, Krishna Rama Govinda, Hare Rama Krishna Govinda, Hare Rama Krishna Govinda.